Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do part 2 of our video about sawbuck for sawmill cutoffs and scraps. And in part 1 I built the sawbuck based on a design by an Oregon old timer. And here in part 2 I've moved some of my cutoffs over here, stacked them up in the sawbuck, and getting ready to cut them for the first time, see how this works out. And I kind of working on a system here where I'll be able to offload those cut pieces into my trailer here and then tow them off out of the way. I don't know if anybody's like me and you do a lot of firewood processing over the years, you start to be conscious of how many times you have to handle a piece of firewood between the tree and the wood stove. And sometimes it gets kind of crazy, and normally I like to be able to split my final pieces and put them right onto a stack to minimize extra handling. In this case though, these cutoffs are in my way. I don't have anywhere to put the firewood yet, so for now I'll be throwing it in my old firewood trailer here, and I can park this out of the way until I'm ready to finally put that in a stack over in my woodshed. So let me set the camera up here and we'll get started. All right, well that seems to work well. I mean, that's we've been running about 15 minutes here. That's a lot of firewood for 15 minutes. So I'd say the system's working pretty good. Sawbuck works great, nice and stable. The offload system works really good if I can get my trailer backed up right to the sawbuck, or put the sawbuck near my firewood shed if I was stacking this directly. So some of these pieces are a little bit too big for firewood. I only ever use pine as a starter wood or for campfire wood. It really doesn't put out enough heat to be a primary heating wood here, at least not when I have access to oak and beech and hickory and stuff like that. So since I only use pine for starter wood, I'll probably end up splitting some of these guys down. Like this one, I would split it down once more. And that'll make it a better size for starting fires, and help it dry quicker as well. I like to dry pine a minimum of 2 years before I burn it. Sometimes I'll dry it for 3 or 4, depending on how much I have. And the longer you can dry pine, the safer it is to burn indoors in a fireplace or a wood stove. People worry about creosote. They tend to associate that with sap and pitch, but it's really based on moisture content of the wood, not so much the species or if it's sappy or sticky wood. So pine starts out super wet. If you want to get this down to something that's safe to burn, the trick is to dry it a long time, at least 2 or 3 years in my location. And that way when you burn it, the smoke can head up the chimney without condensing out from steam, which would deposit creosote on the chimney. So long story short, with pine, if you're going to burn this, dry it a very long time before you do that. So I think that's going to wrap things up for today. Gosh, I probably mowed through 2/3 of my pile, just in the 15 to 20 minutes we've been filming here. So that's pretty good. I'm going to get the rest of the way through that pile, get this trailer stacked up full, and then I'll park this out in the sun somewhere so it can start drying before I get a chance to finish splitting it and stacking it. So that's going to be it for today. Again, thanks to Oregon Old Timer for the idea for this sawbuck. Really good design for dealing with cutoffs and scraps from your sawmill. Anyways, as usual, thanks for watching.